Confessions of a Maths Tutor. Teaching those who are officially very unable at maths. One of the sidelines I used to have was being able to teach those who were really unable to ever learn mathematics. There are not very many of them, really there are not. There are lots of kids who think they're that, but when you meet somebody who really can't do it, it's obvious to everybody, particularly the kid themselves. And the game is to keep them happy and to keep them non-frustrated. Find out what they can do. And teach them to manage what they can't. One of my last teachers was a lovely kid. Built like a proverbial shithouse. And he had very little ability to grasp mathematics, I think I'd say. And never would. We did a lot of work with how you handle change. You see, below GCSE, there's another qualification called the Youth of Maths, which actually I would take as a template for real GCSE. I think that's the one you ought to beef up. That teaches useful skills to the kids that everybody else abandoned hope. You know, how do you estimate how long a metre is? How do you work out how long an hour is? What does a kilo feel like? It's actually genuinely full of rather useful maths that kids who are terribly unable cannot be trusted, I guess it's felt, to teach themselves. It opens questions for my money, why we don't teach it to everybody. But hey-ho. But it needs to be taught, you see, in the right spirit. You have to teach it as if it matters. And in many ways, it does matter. And so it's all about keeping the kid giggling and not minding when they cock up change again. Getting it about right. Approximately. But the other skill you have to develop when you're listening to kids who you think of as daft is to hear when they're not daft. My lovely kid, built like a brick shithouse, had made a killing on Bitcoin. An absolute killing. I never really understood how. He might have just been lucky. He might have just bought a game at the right moment and had to buy too many Bitcoin and then had it in his wallet. And he would sit sometimes when I was teaching him and he would take out his wallet and he would chortle. And the one time he showed it to me, and he was worth about £30,000. And he had spent about 300. Does that growth rate seems about right? And it had gone up and up and up, and we sat and worked out his percentage profits. And he was so happy. You see, sometimes people are not what you expect. And that's the other game. Enjoy the practical maths, but also allow them always to change and to not always be who you think they must be.